Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to our next tutorial. I'm Adam Suleiman. So inshallah in this video we're going to be talking about structured programming. And this tutorial is going to be lectured in both English and Hausa. So I'll try my best and explain more of Hausa saboda damuwa nan shine kowa ya fahimta. I'll try my best and explain it bit by bit. So this course consists of three lecture modules or three lecture notes. We have the first lecture note, the second lecture note, and the third lecture note. Alright, now yanzu za mu fara ne da lecture note 1. So now these are the objectives of this lecture note 1. Akwai introduction to the concept of structured programming, having a look at JSP, approaching a problem with JSP graph, program-based logic, code implementation, and getting started with C++. So now what's structured programming? A nan ya bada definition na cewa is a philosophy of solving a problem with written computer program. Philosophy ne wanda ake amfani da shi ko kuma wani hanya ne da ake bi wajen solving real world problem wanda za a yi creating solution sai a converting nasu back to computer programs wanda su solving wannan problem. Real world problem can be anything. Yeah, it can be anything. I guess in the olden days babu mota but that's a problem tunda mutane suna wahala suna tafiya a ƙasa kuma takes a lot of their time. Or da aka invention aka zo aka inventing car an samu sauƙi. So you see it's a problem aka zo aka yi solving nashi back to a solution. So in a computerized way, imagine problems of like shopping mall inda ake zuwa a yi sayayya where you can go and spend your money and buy some products. So I'm sure ana yin a manual way. So and that's a problem wanda yana consuming a lot of time. Think of this ace an yi automating nashi yana aiki da computer program. So that's what this structured programming is all about. If za a yi solving wani problem, be it a real world problem, za a yi creating solution, shi structured programming ya bada dama ne wajen creating wannan solution ɗin nan vividly, structurally, sai kuma a yi converting nashi back to computer program. So a nan nake cewa it involves, but before I even talk about this, akwai abin da ake cewa programming paradigms. I'm sure you know about object-oriented programming, you know about structured programming, and you know about procedural programming and other programming paradigms. So this structured programming is not talking about programming paradigms. Da Allah kar wani ya je googling structured programming su bashi definition na wannan programming paradigm is very different. Ba su ma haɗu hanya ɗaya ba. So at the end of the day you will be writing jargon, so mutum zai je dinga haddace rubbish or gibberish and you will fail yourself in the exam. So akwai difference gaskiya. So yake cewa it involves outlining the overview solution to a problem. Zai bada dama ne a yi outlining solution at an overview level. In an kawo problem you want to solve it. Kafin mutum ya implementing nashi back to computer program, you have to what? Think of that solution at what? At an overview level, shine at higher level. Then you what? Then you refine it. You break it down to what? To smaller pieces. A nan wajen sai kuma yake magana kan refining the solution well enough. So shine abin da yake magana, abin da na yi bayani yanzu. You will refine that solution. You will like what? Break it into what? Smaller pieces. The third one yake cewa use the refined solution to write the code to solve the problem. When you refine it up to a level da ya kamata a yi coding nashi ko kuma a yi creating wannan computer program ɗin, then you will start creating your computer program. You will start creating the program, using what? Using code. And you can use any programming language. So that is it for this slide. Let's try this one. So now sun ƙara explanation ne more of what structured programming is all about. You have to give me a problem that needs to be solved using structured programming. Approach it by write a sequence of operation at an overview level. You have to write a sequence of operation at an overview level. Let me just pick up an example of a problem. Now, kamar yadda na bada misali na shopping mall, let's say muna da shopping mall. So na shopping mall ɗin ana sayar da products ne. Wannan shopping mall ana sayar da products ne, akwai cashier, akwai everything dai. Idan mutum ya zo zai ɗauki kaya ne sai ya yi lissafi, a baka canji in akwai canji at the end of the day dai kun ga ba kasuwanci kowa yana shi waje. Other people will come, other customers will come. So at the end of the day za ku ga abin is kind of time consuming, yana cin time, or maybe it's not every cashier or employee can be trusted. Ba kowa za ka yi trusting ba, akwai wanda yana iya ya taimaka kuɗi ko wani abu hakan nan. So now as you can see this is a very big problem. So now take of this, how can you solve that problem? Maybe kana cewa okay ya kamata in siyo littafi ne duk abin da aka siya in dinga rubutawa a takarda. Maybe ta nan za a rage cewa okay ba lallai wani employee naka ko kuma cashier naka ya cinye maka kuɗi ba ko ya rage wani abu. But still It's time consuming, yana cin time. It's not possible for someone ya yi consulting 3 customers at a time. Dole sai an yi shi one by one kuma zai dinga cin time da sauransu. So you have to think at an overview level, at high level, how can I solve this? Okay, kana iya cewa okay, maybe duk product da na siyo zan dinga saka barcode maybe a cikin each product. Zan siyo barcode scanner, in ya zo kawai wajen cashier da ka siya abu za yi scan da barcode zai maka total kawai sai a bada kuɗi. So kun ga wannan ne solution na kawo, but what at an overview level you have to break it into what smaller pieces. In an siyo product ɗin waye zai saka wannan barcode ɗin, waye zai generate wannan barcode ɗin nan, wane ne wannan cashier ɗin nan, you understand? Who is that cashier? Kuma how is that system going to work? Ta yaya za a dinga scanning? What is that barcode scanner? So you have to go through all those series of steps. So abin da na yi bayani a farko nake cewa you need a barcode scanner, you need to like a saka wannan barcode a cikin wannan product ɗin, wani shine solution number one at higher level. Sai ka cewa the second one, check each operation from beginning and refine it if necessary, break it down to more details. A duba kowane solution sai a gani at higher level ɗin ko kuma at an overview level idan ya yi girma sai a ƙara breaking nashi down hakan nan to smaller pieces so that it can be understandable how you write wannan code ɗin nan. So that is it for barcode scanner. Maybe you just would buy a barcode reader wanda za a tabbatar maybe yana da battery da komai da komai dai everything. Ya zo maganan barcode kuma wanda za a yi mounting a jikin product ɗin, maybe za a kawo wani computer ne wanda zai dinga generating barcode sai a dinga mannawa a jiki. So ko da wannan process ɗin ma kuma is another thing that you have to refine it har sai an samu wani smaller pieces that cannot be breakable. Like an kai wani level ɗin da ba zai yiwu a breaking nashi ba is understandable to the computer. Sai ka cewa repeat the refinement process till you get to a level deep enough to start coding it. This is what I just explained. A ta refining nashi ana gyara shi har sai ya kai wani level ɗin da what you can't even able to break it down again. So from that level, you should start coding it. So now I'll come back to this problem. So now wannan problem na shopping mall ɗin nan ana iya create wani computer program wanda a cikin computer yake. I know most of us ko ce kusan kowa ma yana zuwa cikin shopping mall hakan nan. Kawai da ka ga product ɗin ya maka you just pick it up, a cikin wannan product ɗin akwai wasu lambobi, da ka zo wajen cashier za ka fita za ta tambaye ka ga me ID na wannan product, me ID na wannan product, me ID na wannan product. Ana sawa computer za ta faɗi price nasu da ita wajen sai kuma ka yi payment na wannan kuɗin. And that's all. So in a nutshell wannan na bada shi at an overview level, but how the process da za a bi a yi creating wannan abun. You understand? Shi ne ake so a yi breaking nashi so it should be understandable. Let's move on to this one. So under shi structured programming shi ne aka kawo wani abu da ake ce ma JSP, which stands for Jackson Structured Programming. An ce is an algorithm specification method. Shi wannan JSP shi ma algorithm specification method ne kamar yadda muke da su flowchart da su pseudocode. Abin shi irin flowchart yana da irin su start symbol, yana da su irin su end symbol, yana da input output, yana da su decision box and other things. So it's almost the same thing with this JSP graph. It's an algorithm specification method. As they said, it defines solution to problems structurally, top, bottom, left, right manner. Yana defining solution to problems ne. Wannan problem da ake defining nan structurally or hierarchically from top to bottom. Yana bin mana top to bottom or left, right manner. Something like this. Ya fara ne daga top kuma yana ƙasa. Oh, I'm sorry. Kuma yana ne what left, right manner. Daga hagu zuwa dama ko kuma daga dama zuwa hagu. It can be in whatever way. So shi ne wannan JSP graph nan. Kuma shi JSP graph yana da nashi symbols shi ma kamar da su flowchart suke da symbols. Yana da normal box nashi wanda shi ne ake ce ma sequence for sequencing kenan. Yana da for iteration kuma yana da for selection. So inshallah we'll talk about them in detail in the upcoming slides. But for now, this is just JSP graph. All right, now we are in a new slide which is talking about approaching a problem with JSP graph. How we can approach and solve problems using JSP graph. So the problem abin da yake magana shine we need a program that calculates the price of a product to be bought by a customer. The customer specifies the product ID, customer shi zai specify wannan product ID din nan and the requested quantity wato guda nawa yake so ya siya, quantity din kenan. Given that there is a discount of 10% and a tax of 0.1%, the program should calculate the discount. Kuna ji? Ga nan da question ya faɗi. The program should calculate the discount, ya yi adding tax and show the customer the net price. You know a customer net price nashi. So anan do is an example an ba da solution nashi a nan wajen. So this first box abin da yake shi ne shi yake specify name na wannan solution din nan. It can be price, it can be shopping mall price, it can be customer calculator, whatever, discount calculator. Ana iya ba shi kowane suna and he's going to work right away. So now the next one kuma wannan shine at what? At level 1. Next one is what? At level 2. Since yana yin what? Top to bottom, left right manner. So at first ya ce what? The customer specify the ID and the requested quantity na wannan product nan. A nan zai entry wannan information ɗin nan. Na cewa me yana buƙatar me? Yana buƙatar kaza da kaza. If you could record da na baku misali na shopping mall, idan kaga product ka kawo suna ɗaukar wani number ne a cikin product ɗin. Sai su gane nawa ne kuɗin sai su yi total su baka. In dai mutum yana zuwa shopping mall da suke amfani da barcode readers ko kuma suke amfani da normal ID is the same thing. So in this scope or in this context ko wannan question abin da ke magana kawai it is an ID not a barcode scanner or something like that. So now the next step is what? Deduct discount. Zai deducting wannan discount ɗin nan na 10% akan abin da customer ya siya. Sai kuma za mu mashi adding tax da zai biya akan wannan product ɗin. Sai kuma me? A yi mishi printing net price wato total ɗin shi. Ga shi nan abin da ke faɗa na wajen. And show the customer the net price. Sai printing wannan net price total price bayan an gama duka wa'innan calculations ɗin nan. So a nan ke cewa at an overview level the solution is splitted into 4 steps. Wannan shine what? Solution ɗin but what? At an overview level. That means what? We have to break this down and what? And like explain it so that we'll be able to like what? Implement this as a what? As a computer program. So let's move on to the next slide. So now in the next slide, tunda mun gama shi at an overview level, you know the next thing is what? Is refinement. How we can what? Refine this problem. Mu ƙara gyara shi, mu ƙara splitting nashi, mu ƙara breaking nashi into what? Smaller pieces. So now since we are done with this level 1, we are done with this what? Level 2, we are done with level 3. So now the first thing I would like to show is zai show instruction to the user. In yin instruction to that user sai aka ce what? It will what? Read product ID and quantity. Dama cikin question if you could recall an ce what? The program should allow the customer to specify the product and the requested quantity. So at first zai rubuta me? Zai rubuta ID na wani product yake nufi. Wannan ID din shi yake nuna cewa okay mene customer yake siya? Yake so ya siya. Alright now imagine customer yana so ya siya computer ne HP of 100,000 naira. So zai specify sunan computer maybe sai ce okay to HP EliteBook shine ID na wannan computer. Quantity kuma sai rubuta guda nawa yake so. Idan ya saka guda ɗaya an dan so guda ɗaya yake so sai a wuce what? Next step. Ana so a mashi what? Deducting what? Discount. But in that deducting discount shine suka ce kafin nan ana so a yi calculating gross price. In yi calculating gross price sai kuma a yi adding wannan what? 10% discount ɗin nan. Then after that we move on to what? Adding tax on that what? On that product ko kuma on that amount of money sai kuma me? Sai a cire mishi total price na abin da zai biya. Ya san nawa ne zai biya. Alright now here is the problem. I'm sure everyone knows about instruction. An ce ka nuna instruction ka san menene za ka nuna. In an tambaye ka karanta product ID da quantity like ka bada product da kake so ka siya. Yeah, so ma kan specify. Ina cewa okay ina so in siya HP laptop EliteBook. No ina so in siya Samsung Z Fold. No ina so in siya kaza. You can specify kuma in nawa kake so kana cewa okay Samsung Z Fold guda 3 okay HP EliteBook guda 2 quantity ne. But how about this? Calculate gross price. What does that mean? You have to explain to the computer, you have to explain to your fellow colleagues or your stakeholders so that they can understand kafin a implementing wannan program ɗin nan. And now the next one is what? Deduct 10% discount. So that means this is what? Ambiguous. We have to make it what? Unambiguous, understandable. That means what? We have to break it. We have to what? Refine it one more step again. So everybody look at the refining machine, which is what? Refinement 2. We have what? Level 1, level 2, level 3, and now we have what? Level 4. So now calculate gross price. Yadda ake shi ne you will look for the product ima from a file ne, ima from your computer ne za a je a duba wannan product nan da kai specify ID nashi idan HP EliteBook ne sai kuma a duba price nawa ake sayar da computer nan. Alright now imagine ana sayar da computer nan 100,000 naira ne. Sai aka ce to za mu pick wannan price na computer ɗin nan. I'm using the computer as an example, it can be anything. They will multiply that product price by what? By the quantity. Idan computer ɗaya ce aka multiply by 100,000 zai ba mu 100,000 naira ne. And then from there the next step is what? Zai adding 10% discount. See adding tax sai printing nashi. And that's all. There is nothing like complicated over here. So now I will like explain this again. Farko zai dauki product ID din from the file. Sai retrieving price na wannan product ɗin. Imagine it is 100,000. za a yi multiply shi by quantity still zai ba mu 100,000 ne. So an ce 10% discount, in mun zo nan wajen 10% discount a 100,000 nawa ne? Yana ga 10,000 ne. That means wannan customer zai samu ragin what? Naira 10,000 kenan. That means at the end of the day zai biya what? 90,000. Sai aka ce to za a yi tax na 0.1%. 0.1% 100,000 which is what? 100 naira ne. So zai zamto zai biya what? 90,000 100 naira sai ya print nashi. Alright, now let's verify this. Alright, now let's verify this. Okay, here's my calculator. Or yes, scientific. So 10% discount divided by 100 times what? I guess 100,000. That's 10,000. Yeah, this is 10,000. That means this is 10,000. This is discount 10,000 naira. So what is just an example, and I'm sure you understand it. So abin da zai faru a wannan pattern kenan. Daga nan sai adding tax, you explain ya ake adding tax using your program. You will be able to like refine it one more way. Saboda na gaskiya an tsaya refinement 2 ma bai ba, sai an yi refinement 3. Sai ka yi explaining how you can what be adding tax, then what you print it. I don't think wani yana buƙatar an mishi ƙarin wani abu. So that's all for JSpeak Lab. So I guess now we can move on to the next slide. So now this slide is talking about program basic logics. You know, in programming is all about logic. Yeah. So we have these 3 basic logic. We have the sequence, we have the selection, and we have the iteration. So now we'll start with sequence. Sequence ina ga shine wanda muka ta yi a baya. Wannan abubuwan kenan. Wannan duk sequence ne. From this to this, from this to this, from this to this. Wannan all of it is a sequence. Okay, enter the information. A nuna instruction, daga instruction sai me a karanta product ID, a karbi quantity nashi, a yi calculating gross price, a cire discount, a saka tax, a yi printing. As you can see, it is a process that is going on one after the other, one after another. That's just a sequence from top to bottom. And that's it. So let me look for the definition here. It's a sequence of instruction, one after the other. E.g., calculate gross price is refined into sequence of instruction. Yana ba da misali na gross price. An yi refine shi into sequence of instructions. After this, then this, then this, then this. One instruction. Look for product in a product file, pick product price, multiply by quantity. Kawai abu ne wanda yake faruwa step by step. Wannan shine sequence. But in computer program shine kamar sequence of instructions. I'm sure you guys are conversant with Java. So it's the same with that your system without the display line, hello, system without the display line, hi, whatever. So you have to go on sequence in sequence, line by line, statement by statement. So the next one is what? Is selection. Abin da shi selection yake magana akai shine is about just truth or false values. Yana magana ne kamar akan irin condition. Idan condition ya zama true, me zai faru? In ya zama false, me zai faru? And that's just it. Nothing complicated. Alright, idan mutum ya biya full payment na school fees, yana iya cire cost one. In bai biya school fees ba fa, there is no way zai cire cost one. That's a normal selection. That's a normal logic. If you are paid for the flight, ka biya kuɗin ticket na flight, yeah, you are a valid passenger, you can be on board. Otherwise, you are not valid, you are invalid for that. So that's just it for selection. If a condition becomes true, something will happen. Otherwise, it will never happen. It shouldn't happen. So ana wajen da yake bayani shine ya ce selection, multiple set of instructions. One out of the set is selected for execution. Only one out of wanda aka kawo yake executing. If your condition is satisfied, that means if the condition is true. E.g., the discount calculation in the product price program could imply different discount category. Na ba da misali ne. A previous program da muka yi bayani akai ne shi wancan shopping mall ɗin, maybe in ka zo za a baka 10% discount ka zo siyan computer ko wani abu ne. Ko kuma dai ka zo siya za a baka 10% discount. So now imagine this. What if kuma kana so ka yi creating program naka based on logic na cewa iya abin da mutum ya kashe maybe iya abin da mutum ya spending iya yadda za a bashi discount. The more you spend, the higher the discount. So ana iya cewa idan mutum ya yi spending 500 to 2,000 naira za a bashi 10% discount. Idan ka yi spending from 2,000 and above to 10,000 za a baka 50% discount. In ka yi spending greater than 10,000 naira za a baka 20% discount. So this is a logic. This is a very good example for you guys to understand this. I will add another one. kamar na grade idan mutum ya ci 70 dot to 100 a bashi A, otherwise ba sai a duba ya ci 60 to 70 ne a bashi B, otherwise ba ya ci was it 50 to 60 shine C ko something like that. So as you can see what muna da what set ne, set of abubuwa but out of them ake ɗaukan ɗaya sai a picking nashi, then idan ya zama true it will be what, it will be executed or it will be what, satisfied for that condition to work. That's selection. The last one is what is iteration. This iteration is the same thing as the loop you know in programming. Those while loop, those for loop, and what do while loop and for each loop. So what this does is kawai yana yin repetitive task ne. Kamar yadda na bada misali da na sequence nan. Sequence of instruction ake sawa a ciki but zai dinga multiply nasu yana repeating nasu for some number of times. Yeah, for a fixed number of times dai kawai yake yi. For a specified number of times. So nan definition da ya bada shine ce repetition of an instruction or sequence of instruction for a fixed number of times. E.g. look for product in the product file. Operation could suggest read next product ID until user enter product ID is found. You don't have to care about the example da ya bayar, bari mu understand wannan. Yace repetition of an instruction or sequence. Kun gani ko? Sequence of instruction za ta repeating for a fixed number of times. Zai ta repeating ne har sai wani condition ya zama false or is not satisfied. But so far that condition is satisfied zai ta what? Zai ta counting yana executing wannan instructions da aka sa ciki. So wannan most example da aka fi badawa shine counting numbers from 1 to 10 but I'm sure at this level mun wuce wannan level da za a dinga ba. Wannan is like a baby example. So misalin da yake badawa ne shine look for product in product file operation could suggest read next product ID until user enter product ID is found. Let's say alright now you're on the market sai ka kawo computer sai aka ce maybe ID ɗinta 20 ne. While shi kuma wannan cashier din sai mistake sai saka instead of 20 sai saka 20,000. So the computer will be there what searching, looping through, iterating zai ta yi ne for a specific number of time yana search wannan abun har sai ya zama true. Idan bai samu ba it will what stop. Amma in ya same shi then it will be counted as like one of it. So that's iteration for you and I'm sure you understand it, but you guys should be able to like grab it if it looks that will be much more easier for you. So now in this slide yana magana akan code implementation. Now we have been talking about structured programming. Yanzu an yi magana akan JSP graph. Yadda mutum zai breaking wannan problem ɗin to have a solution to smaller pieces. Har ake cewa at the end of the day sai ya kai wani level ɗin da ba zai iya breaking nashi ba, then you should code it, you should implement that solution into computer program. So yanzu shine muka zo wannan level ɗin nan na implementing nashi into computer program. So after defining the solution to your problem correctly, the next step is to implement the solution with your choice of programming. Abin da na gama bayani yanzu kenan. You should implement it using any programming language. But as the lecturer said, za mu dinga amfani da both C++ and JavaScript. And abin da zai faru shine, ni da na ga yayi amfani da C++, zan yi amfani da C++. In na ga yayi amfani da JavaScript, I will use JavaScript. Yeah, that's it kawai. So sai yake cewa the earlier price solution should give the same result irrespective of the programming language it is written in. Yake cewa problem da aka yi solving yanzu na price solution nan, ko da wani irin programming language aka yi amfani, whether it is C++ or C or Java or JavaScript or PHP, you should give us what the same result. Kar a samu difference. Why? Because what mun bi JSP graph ɗaya ne. So inda za a biya wannan JSP graph solution na a yi solving nashi, you should give us the same outcome irrespective of any programming language we are using. So abin da yake magana nan kenan, wannan kawai just some explanation ne. So nan yana magana akan getting started with C++ da kuma yadda mutum zai coding wannan program da aka yi amfani with C++. Nan is just NTA news. Nan ma duk NTA news ne. Nan ma duk NTA duk labari ne kawai. So a nan abin ya fara zuwa nan. So abin da zai faru kenan, abin da zai faru shine wannan NTA news da muka wuce yana magana akan you should pick up an IDE, integrated development environment, ko kuma code editor da mutum zai dinga rubuta C++ code nashi. So I'm sure a lot of you don't like mun fi saba da Eclipse kuma ba mu son, like we don't want to like mu yi downloading wani kuma code editor yake mu yi amfani da shi. So akwai online code editors muna da cewa online compiler CPP. So if you like, you can just put C++. Online compiler C++. So you can just search for something like this. So akwai wani wanda na fi amfani da shi ne wannan onecompiler.com. Mutum ya ga dama yana shiga website ɗin direct kawai. Abin da sa nake son website ɗin like it's kind of good kuma yana da ɗan experience na amfani da shi. Kuma it support a lot of programming languages. So a nan ya yi mana creating C++ hello world. Wannan code ɗin da aka rubuta ne in kun duba da kyau is the same thing abin da ke na wajen. It's almost the same thing. It's the same thing ma ko na an ce welcome to C++ ne rubutun ya bambanta. Nan kuma an ce hello world. So now let me just hit on run. I shall share my result now. Output now match hello world. So for me, I'll be using something else to solve the one exercise that muka zo in the future a cikin wannan lecture. But if you don't want to like download a software da za dinga amfani da shi, please you should be using this website onecompiler.com/cpp and the link din nan. So that is it. For me, on the other hand, I will be using code blocks. Yanzu code blocks ya bude, akwai abin da zan yi shine I will just create a new project, console application, proceed on next, yeah, C++. I can just name it anything, structured programming. Let me just give it SP. That should be okay for me. And hit on finish. Sources main.cpp. So gashi nan an fita a nan wajen. Idan na danna wannan build and run din nan zai yi running nashi sai ya building zai kuma nuna mu result a cikin terminal wato command prompt kenan ko CMD. Alright, here you go. Ga na result ya fito. Hello world. So that is it. That means duk wannan labaran da ya yi a nan duk su ne muka yi yanzu. Duk labaran da ya yi su ne muka yi. So now we are done. So abin da ya zo sai ya zo ke bayani akan C++ code structure. Akwai irin boilerplate code da yake zuwa da shi. Yanzu zan fara amfani da shi. This is the boilerplate code da yake zuwa da shi. So menene me amfanin shi? So akwai header file shine wannan hash include na akwai namespace, akwai main function, akwai kuma body of the main function. I will read from the lectures, then I will explain to you guys. Yeah, header file contains command for performing a specified action in a program, e.g. IOStream. Wannan hash include IOStream is like a library. Kamar library da C++ zo da shi which you include it in kana so ka yi aiki da wani abu. Well, now imagine this cout. Cout ne ya zo ne under this IOStream which is what input output. So in mutum yana so ya amfani da input ko kuma output a C++, you have to include this library. You have to tell C++, okay, I want to use this library. And this is the way. You will just say hash include, then you specify the name of the library. Like you usually do in Java, importing scanner. Like you import Java the util.scanner or import many. So it's the same thing with hash include IOStream. Now the next thing is what namespaces. So you think of namespace as a directory to find a header file you have included in your program. When a namespace is like a folder or directory, da duk wasu libraries da C++ ya zo ake ajiyewa a ciki. So IOStream nan suna cikin std ne. Now imagine this, in ba yi amfani da using namespace std, you have to say std over here before it works. And the problem is duk lokacin da this is too much. And the problem is duk lokacin da mutum zai ce cout, you have to say what this std. That's what. Abun zai zamto kamar like ya zama very repetitive. Akwai redundancy. Ana ta repeating abu daya. So why not just put what is in your own namespace line, and that should save you a lot of what time. And now the next one is what main function, execution point of your program code. A wannan main function a nan program naka me a nan program yake executing, and this is the main function. Int main nan shine body da ake rubuta code sai kuma ka ce return 0. Dama duk wani function we know is what is yana returning value ne, dole yana returning ne abu. And then data type now is what is an integer, shi yasa ke what returning 0. And over here anan muke typing what, anan muke typing code namu shine wannan cout hello world. So inshallah is within this place I will be writing my code. In short, if you don't understand this, one is the same thing a cikin Java abu na ake cewa public static void main string argument ne a ciki ake rubuta code. Shine kawai a takaice. IOStream input output. I guess I've explained this. Input output. Ana amfani da cout ne wajen output. That means lokacin da na run abun nan, I have said what cout hello world. Shi yasa zai cire mini wannan output din nan na hello world. Wannan cout din shi ya jawo aka yi wannan abu, shine cout. If you say cin, wannan shine what na input, c input, c output. Abun ma dai kind of self-explanatory if you could see. So wannan transfer information ENDL ɗin kuma shine to end a line. Amfanin ENDL ɗin nan. I will still refer back to Java. Using Java muka ce system.out.print ina printing abu ne in the same line kamar inline kenan. Muka ce system.out.print line ln kenan shi kuma yana creating new line ne. So abinda wani ENDL ɗin yake kenan. That is it. So I'll try it so that you guys can see. I will try and duplicate this line and say okay, maybe hi. Sir. Alright, let me hit on Ctrl S to save it. So as you can see, hello world, hi sir. Wannan hi sir ɗin ya zo what next line ne. But imagine you remove this ENDL like this. That means babu new line. Zai haɗe ne a layi da you will see. So gashi na haɗe hello world, hi sir, while they are on different line. So bari da shi da kada. So wannan shine ENDL ɗin nan. It means end line. I end on the line ne, sai I create a new line. So ga nan kuma cin variable ne accept input from user and stored in a variable. Shi kuma wannan C input ne yana accepting what user input ne. Shi kuma C out yana out to the user output ne. So that's just it. Wannan in short kawai kamar muna koyon C++ ne. And let me just try this. Shi na C ne. Alright, let's say I have a name, string name. And I can just say, okay, enter your name. Enter your name like this. So I will remove this end line. So I can just say cin, and I'll just call what name. So duk abin da mutum ya pass ana, instead of in ce hi sir, what concatenated with what name. So wannan shine abin da ake cewa concatenation. I'll explain what I just did here. Nan na creating variable mai suna string name. We all know variables. I don't have to go back there and explain what the variables are. Now we have what cout, enter your name. C output, they outputting. Kamar command ne, just please can you write your name? Next thing sai aka ce cin, which is what input. Zai karbi wannan input din, then cout hi. Wannan cin din nan ba zai taɓa tafiya next line ba, har sai mutum ya type wani abu ya danna next, ya danna what enter kenan. Then cout hi, then your name. So let's try it. And don't forget this IO shine input output. Idan zan cire wannan IO din nan, wannan library, this cout da kuma cin ba zai taɓa aiki ba. So now let me just hit on Ctrl S to save it and not run it. Enter your name. Say, okay, my name is Programmer. Enter, hi Programmer. As you can see, I'm just having like a simple program over here, and like it just works like magic. Alright, there you go. So now I guess we are done with this slide, and I'm sure kun fahimci duk aikin su. Kun fahimci me ake cout, kun fahimci me ake end line da kuma aikin cin. Alright, now the next one is what variable. Variable are containers or storage location for holding a data. And ake storing data a cikin computer memory. So kamar yadda muke a cikin mathematics, when we have x as a variable, as an unknown variable, at later time an samu answer za a yi assigning wannan what value a cikin wannan x din. That's just it. So that's variable. I don't have to be explaining all these NTA news, but what I know is what we have data types in C++. Muna da what integer for holding what whole numbers, muna da double for what for when suke da decimal point, muna da float for long floating point numbers, muna da string shine wanda na yake da shi yanzu na storing string of characters, muna da character wanda shine kamar single value kenan, muna da bool shine for boolean. Zan bi one by one duk na bada misali su. Integer shine kamar 23 h kenan misali. Double kuma shine kamar CGPA na mutum, let's say 5.0. Wannan point din shi yake sa ya zama double. Float kuma shine kamar longer one. Kamar misali a ce akwai abin da suke da precision double. Okay, a ce maybe da 423 million point this and that everything dai. Wannan ba ma cika amfani da shi ba. String kuma shine kamar your name. Maybe a ce okay Alƙalam University Kasan is a string. Character kuma is a single one. Okay, kamar grade sai a ce okay ya ci A cikin structure programming course. A din nan kadai is what is a character. Then boolean is like what that selection we talk about earlier on in program basic logic. It can be what? Me ake ce mishi? It can be true or false. Shine value da ke dauka. It can be true or false. So that's just it. Wannan shine variables. Let's move on to the next slide. Okay, now in this slide, ya zama magana kan simple IO program. What is your name? Sin name, hi welcome. So wannan abin da ma na yi creating da zo ne. Abin da na yi creating da kawai differences na kaɗan ne. Shine wannan. So I don't think za mu yi magana akan wannan slide. An yi creating program da zai tambaye ka what is your name? In ka type zai ce hi Joe, welcome to C++. So ba sai na sake ba. Alright, now here we are, a problem. Let's solve it. Alright, now in this slide here we have some problems that we have to solve them. So a nan yake cewa problem statement task, create a JSP graph. Abin da ake so da wannan problem ne shine kawai ana so mu creating JSP graph ne. Yake cewa Elliot Guru is a trader at North Rigby City Mall. He attends to at least 90 customers per day. Elliot Guru manually make calculations of good, bought and change to be refund for every customer. In kun kula yana manual way ne na calculation abubuwan da ya siyo da kuma canjin da zai ba customer ko kuma in ce abubuwan da aka siya. Abubuwan da customer suka siya da kuma canjin da zai ba. But Elliot Guru realized that the process is cognitive intensive for him and time consuming for his customer. Yana cin lokaci. So he decided to try a point of sale system, which is like kind of POS that accept item to be purchased. Yana accepting item to be purchased, abin da za a siya kenan, product quantity guda nawa ne, and amount paid da kuma abin da customer ya biya. Display customer balance or deficit as output. Sai ya faɗi me balance na customer ɗin, total abin da ya yi spending da kuma canjin shi, ko kuma me a ga bashi ake bin shi, or deficit as output, ko kuma ana ma bin shi bashi ne customer ɗin. So ana dan bada misali copper price let's say is 300 naira, hungry man size whatever. So now an ce ana buƙatar JSP graph. So in this case I have my mouse over here and I'll be using it to draw JSP graph online. So to be honest, Banda, there's no way I can like use biro and a paper to draw this. So I'm sure I have a website over here. I have a website over here named sketch.io/sketchpad. So bari mu jira da loading. Alright, now here we are in Sketchpad. Za mu yi solving wannan problem using JSP graph. Za mu creating JSP graph. I'll read the problem again saboda ni ma ina son ƙara like graphing na shi. First of all, bari mu creating first box namu. Bari dai mu fahimci shi gaba ɗaya. The question is what? Is cognitive meaning. So he decided to write a point of sale system that accept item to be purchased, quantity and amount as input. Then display customer balance as deficit or as output. So first of all, za mu fara ne at an overview level. In our level 2, za mu karbi information na me? Za mu karbi information na product na. Under product, we have what? Item, we have what? The quantity, we have the amount as input. Then later on, sai mu yi calculating me? Sai mu yi calculating total price, sai kuma mu zo mu calculating ya za mu calculating total price, sai kuma mu zo mu yi printing whether it is like ana bin shi bashi ne ko kuma like ya wannan. So I'm just imagining it in my brain. And again, one more thing, like I'm going to do this in my own way. I might be right and I might be wrong. Please, you should know that nobody is 100% perfect. I don't know my accuracy, so I'll just do it my own way. So to me, maybe I should just cut this pencil. Is it this one? Yeah, it is. So now I guess over here, I should have my what? The name of my solution. I can just call it, let's say, Elliot Guru shopping mall. Okay, city mall calculator. Or it can be anything, please. I don't want to stress myself. Yeah. So let's leave it like this as city mall calculator. So now the next thing is what? We want to like read some information. After the information, then the next one is what? Calculating the balance or deficit. And the next one is what? Printing the information. So I guess in our level 2, we just need 3 boxes. And I'll draw them right now. So I guess I'll do like this. I'll have a line cross like this. And I'll have another line. And this one. Oh, this big. And something like this. And something like this. And over here too, as well. So what's going to happen is over here we what? We will read product information. That's what we are going to be doing over here. We read the product information, and over here, what do we want? Let me just go back to the question. An amount paid as input. Display customer balance or deficit. So we have to make some calculations. Here it is. Elite group manually make calculations of good bought. Mhm. Calculate net price. So this can be what? Calculate net price. And over here, calculate net price. And over here should be what? Print, print. This should be what? It should be the, as you see, they say what? Deficit or display customer balance or deficit as output. Okay. So this should be just, we should just leave this as well. Okay. Print total, print net price. Yeah, print the national. So now at this level, we have to refine this solution. And when at an overview level, we have to like refine it more and more. So now under this read product information, we have to specify the product information that the customer ke bukata. And they are here, yes. Shine item to be purchased, quantity and amount paid. So that means we need another thing over there. So over here, we need another what? Mhm. So now you should what? Edit item to be bought Canva. This kind of so big. Or should contain here. Edit item. Then what? I guess read quantity. It should be so small too. And it should be here. And the next one is what? An amount paid. Okay, amount in the shi customer din zai biya. Amount to be paid by that customer. Tunda shi zai faɗi maybe nawa ya zo da shi. So I don't know how shi Alhaji Guru yake so abun shi ya kasance haka. It's just somehow. All right, now read product information, read item, read quantity, amount to be paid. So now the next one is what? Calculate net price. We calculate on a net price now. We all know how we can calculate a net price. You should what? Multiply combination on gross price now. That's what it. Yeah. So maybe this should be gross price. So what we need under this is ko zai getting amount now, zai getting quantity now da za a siya times amount to be paid shine kawai. So this should be something like this. All right, now let me come back to the text. So now read price and what? Read price and I don't think we even need this. All right, let's just read it. Let's read price and quantity. I'll copy this. and I'll paste it over here. But in this case, why am I saying this? We should what? Multiply it. Multiply price and quantity. In yanzu misali ya zo, alright, ya yi reading product information, okay, sai aka ce akwai textbook wanda 3000 naira ake sai da shi. Sai ya ce yana son guda biyu, 3000 ya tashi na 6000 kenan. To sai ya ce ya zo da 5000 ne. Zai yi passing 5000 a nan, nan kuma zai saka guda biyu yake so ya siya, nan kuma ya rubuta textbook ne. So ya zo nan wajen za mu yi reading abin da yake so ya siya. Nan shi ya yi passing ne, so da ya yi imputing. Nan kuma za mu yi reading nashi. So when we read this price and quantity, za mu yi multiplying price da quantity din ne. Littafi guda biyu times 3000 zai bani mai 6000. That's was it. So za a yi reading item quantity mai. Amma a nan wajen program ɗin zai yi reading mai price na wannan abun da kuma quantity nashi, sai a yi multiplying price and quantity. At the end of the day, idan littafi guda biyu zai siya at the price of 3000 zai bada 6000. So a nan ya yi passing cewa shi amount to be paid da zai biya shi ne 5000. That means a wajen net price za mu bi shi what? Za a bi shi 1000 naira. Is a what? Deficit. So I guess that's all for this. But if you think ya kamata a ƙara wani abu a nan da zai cire, then you can add it. Alright, after this now, one might think that ya kamata maybe multiply price and quantity. Ya kamata a saka wajen da idan ya saka 5000 ne a matsayin amount to be paid, that means za a bi shi 1000 naira. So ya kamata a ƙara wani boxes a nan wanda zai nuna cewa okay, we are going to calculate for that amount. Maybe a ce me yake da suna? Maybe a ce amount to be paid, sorry, wannan gross price minus amount to be paid. So ana iya sa shi a nan wajen. And that should be it. So when the space a nan wajen, I don't think if there's any space there I can do this. So when I'm going to make own calculation, kamar a nan ya kamata a sa shi ko a nan, I don't even know. Well, I'll just do it where I want. Kafin a yi printing shi wannan shi net price ne. Maybe I'll just do it over here. Or maybe you should just do it over here. I'll undo these boxes. Yeah, I'll undo these boxes. So now let me just redo this. All right. Okay, I guess I can paste this, which is what read price and quantity. And then this one should be, we should be able to multiply it. Shi wannan price and the quantity, we should be able to multiply. We should multiply price and quantity. Then over here, it should be what? Net price, it should be what? Amount to be paid. Amount to be paid by that customer. Okay, subtract gross price from, and that's all I guess. So this is what we should do. We should subtract gross price. That means subtracting wannan gross price nan da aka samu a nan wajen kenan. Nan za mu generate wannan gross price nan. Maybe littafin an ce 6000 ne ko? From amount to be paid. Okay, mutum ya kawo 5000, an ce mishi akwai 6000 ne. 6000 minus 5000 zai bada 1000. So ana bin shi deficit na 1000. So ana sai ya print wannan. Whether it is a balance or a deficit, sai a bashi canjin shi. So I guess this is the ultimate solution for this. I might not be 100% correct, but it's there for you. You can make your own corrections and make some comments. In akwai wani update na gyara, they will fix it and will notify all of you. So that is it for this. So now let's move on to the next slide. So now in the next slide, actually create a GSP graph. This time around too. The country of Rigby is currently experiencing an epidemic of Joka virus. The country is made up of three states. North Rigby, East Rigby, and South Rigby. There are healthcare centers within the state for the virus victims to receive adequate treatment. Unfortunately, some of the victims there, while some survive, wasu suna mutuwa suna rayuwa cikin three states. Kuma duka akwai healthcare centers, okay? The development of record-keeping information system database has not reached Rigby. Information about the health situation concerning the Joka virus is usually from several versions of hearsay. The accuracy of information such as number of victims. Now, you should understand this. The accuracy of information such as number of victims, patient on admission, discharge or death are questionable. There is a need. Now, this is where the question comes. Like kan kenan nan tambayan ke. Aka ce there is a need for an accurate information in order for the general public to know the current health situation and also for the government to make better informed decision. Ana buƙatar public information akan kamar yadda aka yi lokacin coronavirus dai kullum NCDC suna sake information na infected, on admission, death based on state. Kawai dai ana sake statistics in short. So ana so a yi creating wani system ne wanda yake kamar wannan within this country na Rigby, three states nashi na North Rigby, South Rigby da kuma East Rigby. Alright, now let's get on to business. I guess maybe I will clear all of this. Alright, here are we in a new environment. So now let's try this. I will start with my first box. But before that, let's try and understand how they adjust this problem. Farko muna buƙatar box na farko da zai bada sunan shi maybe ana ce mishi Joka virus start. And now the next one is ya kamata mu getting information na cewa wani state ne ake saving information for, wani healthcare center ne a wannan state nan. And then from that place, they will try and what save information for that patient on admission, number of victims discharged or died. Then kuma daga nan sai a releasing stats to the public to know the current health situation and also for the government to make better informed decision. Wannan nawa kenan na like solution kenan, so you can come up with your own. Alright, now let's try this. Okay. Alright. I guess it should be something like this. Let me try and use my hand. Alright, it should be much more better and much more faster. Yeah. So let me write this. A Joka virus stats. Muna cewa kamar statistics kenan ko? Shi Joka virus. So a nan wajen za mu getting information ne. Sorry, it shouldn't be this. Yeah, it should be this. So za mu getting information na wani state ne, North Rigby ne, East Rigby da kuma wani healthcare center ne. So I guess the best way to do this is get state information. If I get patient information, nan kuma display statistics. But I guess we have to like explain more about this too. So now again, I'll go back to this. Um, and for this as well, then for this one as well, all right, now it should be something like read state over here. Now it is what health care center. Mu je dai a wani health care center ne ake samu wannan issue ɗin. Nan kuma muna so mu samu information na patient, victims, patient on admission, discharge order. Okay? Patient on admission. Discharged. Patient on admission discharged da kuma date wanda suka mutu kenan. So I'm sure we have solved this problem. Number of victims, patient on admission, discharge or they are questionable. There's a need for an accurate information order for the general public to correct the situation and also for the government to make better decision. So haka za a fahimci cewa okay, I'm sure I've written something over here. Alright, za a getting state information. First of all, a wani state ne ma abin yake faruwa? Sai a rubuta, okay, North Rigbe ne, East Rigbe ko South Rigbe. Alright, a cikin wannan state ɗin, a wani healthcare center ne? Okay, maybe federal maternity menene ko kuma state maternity healthcare center ne ko kuma local wani center menene. We'll write down. Like we write it down. Sai a move kuma to the next step. Za a getting patient information. Okay, patient on admission su nawa ne? Wanda an yi admitting nasu ko kuma wani ne wanda suka warke aka discharge nasu ko kuma wani ne suka mutu. Sai a display statistics for the public and the government. I guess this problem is kind of straightforward and kind of very simple. Like, yeah, so we're done with this. Oh. So as we can see, we are done with this slide. So now let's move on to the next slide. All right. After this, what is the next slide? All right. Create a JSP graph as well. Say, in order to conform with recent security regulation, the newly Gizmo mobile network are in search of a problem solver to create an information system that is capable of storing and retrieving customer phone number and their respective national identification number. So now, irin social network provider ake ce musu kuma dai network providers irin su MTN ne. So suna wannan Gizmo suna neman wanda zai problem solver wanda zai create information system wanda zai dinga storing customer phone number da kuma national identification number nasu. But the key things there is what? Storing and retrieving. Zai dinga storing kuma yana retrieving. So I guess this is a straightforward problem. Let's try it. All right, let me just create a new. I will start with my all right, I'll just give it a name. Gizmo information system. All right, Gizmo information system. So as I said, the key two things over there is whether it's storing or whether retrieving. And I guess that's all. Shinekwe. So I'll draw this like this. Hmm. So over here we can just say, okay, maybe okay. Over here should be what? Store customer. Should be here. And over here should be what? Retrieve what? Hmm. I'm sure I can't explain the retrieve. Go. We all know what retrieve is. I don't have to like. I'm not doing English class. All right. I know what you. Oh, I don't know that one. This first one should be what? All right. Over here, it should be what? It should be store phone number. And over here, store name. I guess that's the name over there. Let me just check it. National identification number, yeah. So for short, I'll just leave it as name. So in the other hand, it should be what? Retrieve. All right. I guess over here we should just say what? Retrieve or read. Let me just say read. Read phone number. And over here should be what? Read what? Read name. So I guess that's all for this. And I guess we have successfully solved this problem. But as I've been saying, I might be wrong and I might be correct. So you should like try and solve it your own way. And if you have any like suggestion, you should comment or like yeah, just talk to me about it. So that's it for this. So let's move on to the last slide, I guess. All right, problem statement. Task. Create a JSP graph and write a C++ program. So I know you have to create a JSP graph. Mother of the C++ program. Elite Guru need a system that accepts product name, unit price, quantity in stock, and print the total price of the product. Elite Guru na son system wanda tana accepting product name, tana accepting unit price. Price na each product kenan an ce unit price kenan kowane product guda ɗaya. Sai kuma quantity in stock guda nawa ne ake da shi a wannan shop ɗin and print the total price of the product. Sai a yi printing total price na wannan product nan. Yanzu let's say mun je mun sayo computers guda 10 maybe HP Electric kuma ko name from here ma da na ce HP Electric mun samu product name kenan HP Electric kuma kowane unit price na kowane HP da is 100,000 naira. So tun nan kowane ya ɗauki mai 100,000 naira. Quantity na ce guda 10 guda goma ko? So 100,000 times 10 zai bamu what? 1 million naira in stock and print the total price of the product. So I guess the total price of the product should be what? In stock, abin da muke da shi in stock shine what? Is what? 1 million naira. But wannan nashi ne just offhand. Let's just try and create the JSP graph and the C++ program. So we should start with the JSP graph. I'll just come over here, hit on this and create. So it should be, I'm going to select a automation, product price. Let me just give it a name, product price. Product price. Okay. This one is okay. So now the next thing is what? You should just have this next step. So this one should be what? It should be about this first one should be about what? Accepting that information. Foundation a product name, unit price nashi, da kuma guda nawa ne in stock. And over here, shine zai zamto wajen calculating. If I could recall abin da ya bada nan kenan. In stock and print the total price of the product. Okay, za a yi print the total price na wannan product ɗin. So I guess muna buƙatar wani a nan wanda zai calculate total price na kuma sai ya printing nashi. So yana da over here. Wanda zai calculate total price na kuma wanda zai yi printing. Alright, so now let's do that. And just say enter information maybe. Yeah, enter information. Over here you can say what? Calculate total price. Over here. And over here should be what? Print total. Something like that. Let's confirm. Yeah, I guess that's all right. So the next one is we should collect that information. We need a product name, quantity in stock, and unit price. So it should be something like this. Okay. Wow. I don't know how to draw, so I'm not good at drawing. But you should bear with me. So now the next thing is what? Read read product what? Product name. Over here, read product what? Unit price. And the next one is read product quantity, which should be here. Alright, now we are done with collecting the information, but now we are to calculate the total price. So let me calculate nashi shine zamu ce me? Multiplying this and this. Ina ga shine kawai. So I'll just draw something like this. Shi ma yana under level 4 ne. So sorry, level level 1, level 2, level 3 now under level 3. So you should what? Multiply what? Product unit price by quantity. Then a da zai ba mu total kenan ko? A da dai sai mu print wannan total din. So wannan shine JSP graph na wannan problem. So now let's get down to business. Like let's go to our code editor and implement this using C++. Remember, you can use this one compiler online, one compiler.com online, and do it. But ni ina amfani da code blocks ne, so I'll go back to my code blocks. So I'll clear everything. Okay, bari ma zan bar shi haka kawai. Bari in sako daga farko because some people might be confused. So bari in goge komai kawai. I will start afresh. So the first thing we need is what? String product name. Go back. And then what? Over here. Muna buƙatar product name. A nan dama shi zai enter information na shi. Next is what? Unit price. Wannan is an integer. Yana iya zamantowa da ɗaya kenan. So it's not a name, but let me change string name. So za mu ce int what? Sorry, it can be a double ma, price yake magana. Product price. Then the next one is what? Int product quantity. Alright. So now the next thing to do is what? Cout. We want to enter those information. Okay, I can just say what? Cout enter product name and leave it like that. I'll just leave it like this. Then the next one should be what? Cin. Yanzu mun yi output information, yanzu muna so mu karɓi information da user zai type daga cikin keyboard na computer nashi. Then I will just write what? Product name. So it's almost the same thing. I can maybe copy this and duplicate it. Shine kawai. So over here, enter product what? Price. And over here, I can just change it to product price. Muke son sa ciki. Over here, product quantity. So that is it. But the issue is, ba lallai wannan abun ya bada space ba. You will see what I mean. Za mu yi running nashi twice. So now the next thing is, mun dawo ciki. Yanzu mun gama karɓan information, mun gama reading product name, unit price, and product quantity. Next is to calculate the product total price. Shine muka ce za mu multiplying product unit price by quantity. So I can just create what? Another integer, int, ko kuma ce double, wani variable kenan. Product total equals to what? Product price times what? Times product quantity. And I can just Cout. Bari mu fara da sunan product ɗin. Call the product name as, then I'll call the product total. In the alright, now HP product has kaza. Bari mu ƙara wani abu. Total. So let me just run it and see. Inshallah zai yi. Kada ya bada error. Okay, enter product name. HP Elite book. So as you can see, mun samu error. An samu error. So now let's fix it. So as you all know, I have tried, kamar na yi running wani abun ya dan bani issue. Da na saka first digit sai ya execute ya bada final result. But I just went online sai na samu solution. So na ga the best thing to do is kawai a ƙara ENDL din nan, end line a nan wajen. Shine zai fi. Alright, I'll add it to this one. Add it to this one. And I guess that's all. So now let me just hit run and try it again. So ba son space in between those numbers. So that's HP laptop maybe product price, let's say 100,000. Then the product nan quantity ne na zo na saka ne bari in saka ta kawai. Gashi HP laptop Pro has 1 million naira dai kawai a takaice. Ina saka 1 raised to power 6 1 million naira ne. So I guess this is the simplest solution for this problem. So I guess we are like done with chapter 1. Now we should move on to the next chapter or the next lecture note, which is this. So assalamu alaikum. I guess we are all back from break. So bari mu fara chapter 2 in baka je break ba ni na riga da na je break. So now let's get down to business. Chapter 2 Kano objectives nashi JSP selection and iteration notation. Dama chapter 1 magana akan cewa JSP ya mana magana akan da ake creating what sequencing. So yanzu yana magana akan what selection and iteration notation da ake cire notation na selection da kuma iteration. Da sai kuma yana magana akan relational and logic operators, if statement and selection case, do, while and follow. So now let's start. Selection program logic. If you could recall, normal sequencing yana amfani da box. Bari mu bude environment ina. Now it is. Kawai normal box ɗin nan. Wannan normal box ɗin shi yake ba da notation na cewa this is what a sequence. Abu ne da yake tahowa top to bottom. Understand, from top to bottom. But yanzu an gwana magana akan notation na me na selection, which is this. Program logic provide a program with flexibility of executing instruction or instruction out of multiple instruction set. Yana providing condition if it is satisfied ko kuma ya zama true. Wannan chapter 1 na mana bayani menene selection. Ana kawo me multiple instruction ne sai a zabi dai wanda ya zama true. Kamar da na baku misali na score. Daga 70 zuwa 100 mutum ya ci A ne. Daga 60 zuwa 69 mutum ya ci na B. Daga 51 zuwa 59 mutum ya ci C. Ni ba rage na ƙasa ƙasan ba dai kawai a takaice ga yadda yake. So an kawo multiple set of instructions ne. But dole ɗaya ne dole mutum ɗaya zai ɗauka ya ci. There is no way mutum zai zama to a course ɗaya ya ci A ya ci B ya ci C. It's not possible. It's either ko mutum ya ɗauki A ko ya ci B ko ya ci C ko ya ci D. But wani condition ne zai saka har ya zama wannan A ko B ko C shine based on the score. In ka ci 73 you have A. In ka ci 65 you have what B. So that's just it. Selection ko yana magana akan an kawo multiple set of instructions da kuma wasu abubuwa. Duk wanda condition nashi ya satisfy ya zama true shine za a ɗauka. So ga nan da symbol nashi yake. Za a kawo condition ɗin in ya zama true ko kuma yes a statement 1 zai faru otherwise ba statement 2 zai faru. So notation the only difference is ana saka O a cikin shi a wannan circle ɗin. Shine kawai the only difference with sequencing. Let me come back to the web. Ko ana masa haka ne. Alright, bari shine ya shi a gefe. So ana wani abu hakan nan. So wannan shi yake nuna cewa what this is a sequence. So this is a selection. Bari na rubuta. This is a what sequence. This is a what selection. So wannan shine selection kenan. So let's continue. So now an kawo wani problem. If a customer buys more than 100 pieces, he or she will get 20% discount. In customer ya siya abubuwa sama da pieces 100 kenan. Tun anan ma you have seen a condition. In ya siya abu sama da 100, a ba shi 20% discount. So that's your selection. Otherwise, if the quantity exceeds 50, idan kuma maybe ya hau da 50 amma yana ƙasa da 100, in between 50 and 100 pieces kenan gashi nan da yake faɗa a nan wajen. He or she will get what 10% discount. Otherwise kuma ya siya abu ƙasa da 50, no discount is given. Ba za a ba da discount ba. So wannan shine a normal JSP graph using what selection aka yi creating. Gashi nan aka ce if quantity or the pieces ya hau da 100, idan yes ne discount equals to 20%. Anan sai aka saka wannan circle ɗin which means yana nuna cewa this is what a selection symbol or a selection notation. Otherwise if it is over, if the quantity is greater than 50 but kuma ya yi less than 100 ɗin nan that means shi yasa ya zo nan saboda yana less than 100. So a zo nan wajen it should come down. If it is yes, ya haura what am I trying to say? If it is yes, ya haura 50, so a bashi discount 10%. Otherwise, there is no discount. Nan kuma ya haura 100, a bashi 20% discount. Otherwise, ina kasa da 100, a da wani kenan. So that's just it. I don't have to draw this saboda ina gani yayi bayanin shi an yi bayanin komai da komai ana. So idan mun je gaba idan akwai exercise, then we solve it together in the environment a cikin shi sketch part ɗin kenan. Alright. So iteration, ga nan kuma iteration kamar da na faɗa is a looping what mechanism wanda yake looping through like countless time har sai abu ya zama what is not satisfied. Definition ya ce program logic that involves repetition of an instruction or sequence of instruction for a fixed number of times. Ina ga wannan definition ya bada a lecture na turanci. So ana ake passing condition nan kuma zai ta repeating for a number of times. But that doesn't mean mutum zai ta zana boxes. You can draw even a single box and that should be okay for you. So let me go back to the sketch part. I'll draw on that one. That's what. What's this? Okay. This should be for what? Iteration. This for iteration. I don't think 9 years and abuna, but you can see it's just a normal star. Yeah, it's just a normal star. Yeah, it's just a normal star. So if you know how to draw it, since I'm not using the mouse anymore. I'm not using the mouse in. So now I'm only misal na iteration. We have to print a list of numbers 1 to 10 and their squares. Ana so printing number daga 1 to 10. Amma yin printing number kuma cire square na shi. Shine rest power na shi kenan. In an ce 1, 1 rest power 1 1 ne. In an ce 2, 2 rest power 2, 2 times 2 is what 4. In an ce 3, 3 rest power 3 is what 9, which means what 3 times 3 9. Wannan shine square na so. So an ce when a variable I number which first has the value 1, we print it and print the square of it. Then we increase the value of what I number by 1. That fara increasing na shi kenan. Da ma haka loop yake I guess. I repeat the process, i.e. we print I number and the square of I number, then we increase the I number again. etc. This goes until I number is equal to 10. Sai ta repeating har sai wani condition ya zama maybe it's satisfied or not satisfied. It depends on how you want to build your logic. Kana iya cewa okay daga abun ya kai 10 ya tsaya haka na kawai. So that's just it. Ya yi satisfied wannan condition. Alright, nan ga nan diagram na iteration ɗin da aka yi creating na wannan printing several numbers. Sunan problem ya bashi suna square a level 1 kenan da ake nemi. So a level 2 kuma sai zaka cewa I number equals to 1. Dama shine kamar initializer na loop namu. We all know any loop yana da nashi initializer, that is starting point. So anan sai yake cewa print values until I number is equal to 10. Ita print wannan values har sai ya gano I number ya zo daidai da 10 kenan. So anan wajen sai aka ƙara level 3 inda za mu ƙara breaking nashi into pieces mu yi bayanin menene zai faru, wani irin sequence of instructions ne ko kuma wani operation ne za mu yi carrying out a cikin wannan body na wannan problem. Shine aka ce print I number times I number. Wannan shi zai print wannan number, wannan kuma square na wannan number. Imagine now we have 1, nan zai zama mai 1. Now next one, tunda an saka wannan star da star nan, that means a repetitive task. Iteration ne. Nan zai koma na 2, nan fa zai koma 4, 2 raised to power 2 4. But abin da zai dinga increase wannan I number din shine anan, increase I number. At first I number is 1. In ya zo na I number yana 1, zai cire 1 1. Again increase I number zai koma na 2 2, 2 raised to power 2 zai zama 4. So that's how it works. Har sai ya kai condition na cewa ya koma 10. So now here we are in a new topic, relational and logic operators. Conditions in selection and iteration logic are nothing but logical evaluation of expressions that can result either true or false. Honestly, we are talking about true and false values, how we can like create more and more logic a lokaci ɗaya kawai. Shine kawai abin da ke magana. This expression I do relational and logical operators or logical operators. Relational operators define the relationship between two entities. An entity can be a variable or a value or an expression. The symbols are the reason why I'm reading from the note is like we all know about this, so I don't even have to explain everything. Wannan relational and logical operators na suna bayani akan how we can create more and more logic. Shine kawai. So here we have equal sign, double equal sign, wanda yake duba equality. Wannan less than equals to, wannan greater than equals to, wannan kuma not equals to. So all these are what are some operators da suke bamu dama wajen what creating complex logic. I'm sure when you logic gates, all those kind of combinatorics and everything. So you guys should be able to like recall and remember them. So when I get logical operators are symbols used to connect expression. Yeah, like ana amfani da wajen haɗa expression from this part to this part for logical evaluation. The result of the logical evaluation can either be true or false. Yeah, duk wani expression da ake creating, no matter yadda aka yi tuning nashi ko da ya kai nawa ne an saka AND operator and an haɗa mishi wani abu chain. At the end of the day, it will be what either true or false. Then at the end of the day, you will know what to do. Idan true ne ga abin da kake so kai, idan false ne kuma ga abin da kake so kike so ki kawai. That's just it. So and the symbols are and, or, and not. All this we know about them, so I don't even think I have to be explaining like more of it. I know it's just like normal logical operators. So in mun tashi aiki da su like in practice, then I will use them and I will make sure I explain them. But here I'm not interested in the NTA news. I hate theory. So some logical expression, wow, I see my given that x equals to 4, given that x equals to 4. So now that means then the number x, we imagine is 4. Sai aka ce 4 equals to 4. We all know about BODMAS, mun san operator precedence in Java or yeah, yadda yake in Java haka yake a C++, operator precedence. So how this will work is zai ce is 4 equals to 4? It is true. So sai aka kawo negation operator. Dole zai fara ne da abin da ke cikin bracket, tunda bracket shine zuwa farko, shi has higher precedence than this negation. So zai ce 4 equals to 4 true. Sai aka yi negating naka shi aka ce to no. Abin da zai bayar shine me? True ne zai koma me? Zai koma false. Sai aka ce or not x equals to 4. So nan 4 equals to 4 zai bada 2. Sai aka ce not. Not nan yana me? Yana false. Wani abu ya so yana true zai koma false ne. Sai aka ce to true or false. I don't even know how they got the idea of getting true or false over here. 4 equals to 4, true. Not true, zai koma false. Ni a gani na false or false ne answer. But I don't even know how they got this true or false. So let's move on to the next one. Nan ake cewa x equals to 4. Wannan 4 ɗin kenan. 4 equals to 4 and 4 is greater than 6. This is what? This is true and 4 is greater than 6, which is what? False. True and false. True and false should be what? Should be false. Nan sai aka ce 4 equals to 4 and x is greater than 6. What is x? 4. Is 4 greater than 6? False. Is 4 equals to 4? True. True and false. That should be what? True and false, that should be false. So the same thing, nan ya bamu true, nan ya bamu false, true or false. So I guess this is kind of alright, but I don't know how they got about this true or false. So the last one is what? X equals to 4. Like let me just try this please. I didn't try this. Alright, let's see out. Is 4 equals to 4? Let's just try it. What's going on? Alright, I made a mistake, ban sa swatch within parentheses, but shi yasa C++ ya bani error. Bari in run shi yanzu. So gashi ya ce 1. And 1 means what? True. 4 daidai yake da 4. So I'm sure they just made a mistake and So now let's continue. Now wajen 4 daidai yake da 4 ya bamu 1 already a cikin compiler, which is what? True. Sai aka ce O 4 greater than 6, which is what? True. 4 is less than 6. A nan yanzu aka zo aka ce 4 nan is already true. A nan sai aka sa 4 greater than 6. Here is true and here is false. False or true? So the true or false zai bamu true ne. and here is true and here is false. So that means it's true false. One is correct. So I don't know. I say I can reach on a level. So now here we are in the selection statement. If construct. If statement, if condition statement to be executed, if else statement, if condition. In ya zama true yayi, in bai zama ba false yayi next value. Alright, ga nan sauran. So switch construct check a value among several alternatives. Shi switch statement yana kawo value ne, maybe a single value, sai ya bada test cases, sorry ya bada cases, different cases. So duk wanda ya zama the same, then it will be what the result ko kuma wanda zai execute. So that's it na shi switch statement. So what's going to happen is idan mun zo implementation na wani program, in Allah ya sa za mu yi amfani da su, then I will use them, but for now I can't like just be writing code for you. Alright, now ga shi nan da yayi bayanin selection statement. If your customer buys more than 100 pieces, he or she will get 20% discount. Otherwise, if the quantity exceeds 50, in between 50 and 200 pieces, he or she will get 10% discount. Otherwise, no discount is given. If you could recall, kaman program nan na baya ne aka yi, na kenan ma. Wannan kamar shi ne aka yi implementing na shi using C++. So I guess we should try that, right? Na kenan, gashi nan. I guess we should try that. Like, do we have to try? Ina ga kaman akwai wannan a ƙasa, akwai exercises a ƙasa. Alright, let me just paste this over here and run it. Kawai ga iya abin da zan ɗauka. Na ga kamar akwai problems a ƙasa a ƙarshen handout ɗin, so da na so na yi bayani akan abun nan ne, but there is no need tunda yana nan. In mun zo exercise ɗin I will be solving it for you guys, but for now I will just explain the source code. So should not get, otherwise no discount is given. A nan wajen an yi initializing variable int quantity wanda zai rage quantity na abin da mutum zai siya, nan kuma price an ba da default price na cewa 150 naira ne, float discount kuma 0. So na ka ce enter the number of pieces na abin da mutum zai siya. Kar ku manta idan pieces ɗin ya haura 100 ana ba da discount na 20% ne, so that means a cikin 150 za a maka discount na 20%. So number of pieces let's say na siya kuma 30 ne, a siya min discount na 30, zan biya kuɗin guda 100 kenan. So daga nan an yi entering number ɗin an yi seeding, an yi amfani da me? Da selection statement. If you could recall, a can nan ma an yi amfani da if statement ne, da aka yi amfani da wannan boxes na selection da aka saka masa cycle a ciki. So if quantity is greater than 100, za ka ce discount equals what? 20.0 divided by 100 times price. Dama this is the formula for calculating discount. So that's just it. Sai aka ƙara da else if the quantity is greater than 50 ba, 10% discount za a bada, shine divided by 100 times of price. Otherwise ba no discount is given, shine kuma 0. So yanzu bari mu gwada siyan abun naira 10 mu gani, sorry abu guda 10, in ga za a ban discount, za ku ga zai bada 150 a wajen. Sorry, to ya ce discount 0, that means I'm to pay what? 150. Though bai nuna 150 ba, but ya nuna min cewa no discount is given, ba mun discount ko kaɗan ba. So a ƙarshe na yin printing discount ne. So that's just it. Kamar na ga an yi wani abu da switch statement a gefe. So abin da ya faru a nan shine kawai ya yi amfani ne da, ya yi converting this if statement back to switch statement. But I would always advise you guys to always use if statement. At this level, switch statement is not kind of good for you guys. When you use switch statement, you should always be using if statement. If I can switch. Alright, now let's move on to the next slide. So iteration. Iteration usually works with a counter, a condition, and a counter update. Counter is a variable that counts or keeps track of the number of times given an instruction is executed. Counter update is a process that updates the counter variable. Wannan duka continuous now, you don't have to count this place. Condition is a logical expression that is constantly checked. If the result is true, the given instruction is once repeated together with the counter update. Har sai ya zama false kenan. Har sai lokacin da condition ya zama is not fully satisfied, or is not satisfied at all. There are 3 constructs of specifying a loop. They are while loop, do while loop, and for loop. But I'm interested in these 3 things. Kuma I'm sure I bayanin su a nan wajen. So zan yi amfani da iya for loop ɗin da ya bayani abu. So I will open my code blocks and like clear all this. And for loop. Shine akwai counter ɗin nan, a nan muke da counter. ina ba shi int counter which is what the starting it can be let's say 1. So akwai kuma me condition in ya kai nawa ne za a daina maybe it is less than you're counting from 1 to 10. Alright, then the next one is what counter update wanda zai dinga updating wannan value din nan. Counter plus plus. And that was all. A nan wajen yana cewa see out what I. Let's see. Zai yi counting from 1 to 10 da muke magana? Oh, I'm seeing an error. Okay, I just have to put it in between this. I don't know why I'm having issues with C++. Is it because what again? Oh, it is telling me that I is not. I'm used to using I in C++ in other languages, so it should be counted. The variable doesn't exist. That was C++ trying to like explain. So gashi nan mun samu 1 to 9. Bari mu gwada cire power din su mu gani. Which is shine zamu ce what? Counter times what? Times counter. Wannan misalin da aka bar a cikin book ne. So maybe exam question yazo ya ce ayi create wani abu. So this is the solution for that. Bari in bada space so that you guys will be able to like see the space. So ga na answer. Ga nan question da nake magana. Wannan in ya kawo exam question na iteration na sai ya ce ayi creating C++ program. So this should be the answer. That is it. So I guess we are done with this. Wannan kaman structure ne na looping mechanism a C++. Nan muna da while loop, counter declaration and initialization, nan za a saka condition, a za ta repeating process, a nan kuma za a dinga updating counter din. Nan kuma shi do while loop ne, daga do sannan while. Instruction repetition za a fara executing instruction nan sai a updating counter sannan sai a duba condition. Shi kuma wannan for loop din yana nan ne normal. Ita na yi bayanin shi a nan wajen kenan. So there is this common question da suke yawan tambaya a looping ko in ce a iteration shine what's the difference between while loop and do while loop. So the major difference is while loop shi yana fara duba condition ne kafin ya executing, shi kuma do while loop yana fara executing ne sannan ya duba condition. So that's just it. So a nan wajen yana gama ba ma san ya solve abun ba. So gashi na zo na solve nashi kuma already ma ya zo solve nashi. Nan an yi ne using while loop, nan yanzu do while loop. And unfortunately na yi amfani da for loop na yi solving nashi. So I guess counter. So I guess there is no need zo in ƙara zo in sake solving nashi, but it's the same. Abin da ya yi a nan wajen is the same thing da abin da na yi a nan wajen, babu wani difference. So I guess this is pretty explained. So now let's move on to some exercises. As we can see, akwai real like exercise da ya baya a solving guda hudu. And I guess that should be our next thing to do, solve these exercises. Alright, so we have some next exercise over here. Ga wani exercise, ina ga question guda hudu ne a wajen. So inshallah, we'll try and solve all these 4 questions. Yeah. I guess that's the reason for this tutorial I solving any problem da ba a fahimta ba. So the first one is given the password of a system is 1, 2, 3 for ABCD. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 for ABCD. Write a program that allows a user to impute a password. If the password is correct, the program will put correct. Otherwise, you should have put incorrect password. So ina ga wani yana amfani da mene da selection. Za mu yi amfani da if statement ne ya duba mana cewa wannan password din daidai ne, idan daidai ne ya ba da access ya ce it is correct password, otherwise ya ce what it is incorrect password. And we know we have to solve this using what C++. So I don't even have to see it saboda ina ga shine language da ya amfani right now a cikin mun yi amfani da C++ saboda ina ga shine language da ya amfani a cikin wannan lecture note. So abin da zai faru shine yanzu bari in bude shi code blocks na, then I will open the previous program da muke yi. So I will do this. First of all ya ce what? First of all ya ce what? It is 1, 2, 3 for ABCD. 1, 2, 3 for ABCD. So 1, 2, 3 for ABCD. This is the first. This is the password. Yeah, this is the password. So you should check if a user enters a password, you should check whether it is correct with this password. So now I'm to create another what? I'm to create another variable which is called user password. Then I should leave it like that. So I can just see what C out, enter password, and I'll say what sin. That's I want to collect a value for that user. Then I'll say what user password. Abin da ke faruwa in short shine nan na create wannan use a password din da computer ta rike a cikin variable na ta mai suna 1234 ABCD. Wannan kuma variable ne wanda user zai entering sai mu yi holding. Sai mu yi comparing variable na computer mai suna password da variable mai suna user password wanda user ya yi imputing daga cikin terminal. Are they correct? If they are correct, mu yi outputting what? Correct. Otherwise, mu yi outputting what? Incorrect. Shi ne abin da question ɗin kawai ke magana a kai. So after this, I'll then say what? If what? Password is equals to user password, then I should just say what? Cout correct. Otherwise, it should be right. Alright. Otherwise, let me just copy this to this place. Should just say incorrect. Alright, now let me just try and run it. And let's see what the outcome will be. I have an error over here. Let's check what's the error. Okay, I need this and I need this. Yeah. Alright, now it's telling me I'll enter password. Let me just put like AUK. You see, it says what? Incorrect. Alright, let me try SX. Incorrect. Alright, now let me just try that 1, 2, 3, 4 ABC. Shine wannan kenan. 1, 2, 3, 4 ABCD. Correct. So wannan mun solving question 1 kenan. Let's move on to the second question. It says, given that the cutoff mark of POS-UTME is 150, write a program that allows user to input a cutoff mark if the mark is up to or exceed the cutoff mark. The program display you are admitted, otherwise, sorry, your application is not considered. Wannan yana ga is almost the same thing there. Question 1. Kawai the only difference is akwai differences na data type. Shi ne kawai. Another thing kuma wannan yana akwai logic ne da ya tafi shi ne ba in yana daidai ba, in yana daidai ko ya haura 50. Let's understand the question again. An ce an bada cutoff mark na POS-UTME akan 150 ne. A rubuta wani program da zai sa user ya rubuta cutoff mark nashi. Idan cutoff mark ɗin nan if the mark is up to or exceed the cutoff mark, idan daidai yake da wannan 150 ɗin ko ya haura 150, so ya ce you are admitted, otherwise kuma ce sorry, your application is not considered. So abin da zan yi kawai shine zan ce, let me just clear everything. Bari mu sake kawai. I will just say what? Enter what? Cutoff mark equals to what? 150. Yeah, add another which is what? User score. Shine abin da shi wannan user ɗin ya ci kenan. Ko kuma user mark. Wannan ba mu san shi ba. Yeah, I'll just say enter post UTME score. Okay. Over here, I'll say what? Sin user what? User score. Over here, I will check if what? If the user score is greater than or equals to cutoff mark, idan daidai yake da 150 ko kuma ya haura 150, za mu ba shi admission. Dama akwai universities da mun san cutoff mark nasu daga 150 ne, wasu kuma 140 ne, wasu 180. So I'll just add what? Cutoff mark. In ya haura wannan 150 ɗin nan, we should just say what? Cout you are admitted. I don't know haka ake spell admitted. I made a mistake. Wow, simple ne. Okay, double T. Alright, otherwise, sorry, your application is not considered. Let me just copy this. Alright. Else, sorry, your application is not considered. Alright. Okay, my mistake. I'm just cancel this. Then you come out then now. And don't forget, you can still use this. I don't know if I'm going there again. You can still use this one compiler and compile your programs. So let me just run it again. All right, let's say, God forbid, Hachi 69 positive me. So you have to show the application is not considered. But how about Senator 200? You are admitted. An ba admission. Bari gwada 150 ya kamata su ba admission ko da 150 na checked out. You are admitted. How about wanda ya ci 149? Wannan shi ne ga samu ga rashi kenan. You are not admitted. So your application is not considered. Ba za a baka admission nan ba. Wannan mai answering question 2 kenan. Alright, sai question 3. You can write a program that accepts an integer number from a user and calculate the factorial. Write a program that accepts an integer. You know, accept an integer, which is whole numbers can as a data type, from a user and calculate the factorial. So what I want us to understand is, let's forget about in the right accept integer from a user. Ina ga abin da muka gama yanzu kenan. Ina accept integer. Mu fara breaking down nashi into pieces. Menene factorial? Factorial ina ganin kaman multiples ne na number kafin wannan number ɗin nan. Bari mu bada misali da 4. Mene factorial na 4? In ana so a samu factorial na 4 shine za a ce 1 times 2 times 3 times wannan 4 ɗin. Abin da ya bayar shine wannan factorial na wannan 4 ɗin nan. That's just it. In ana maganar 3, an ce 1 times 2 times 3 shine kawai factorial nashi. So for assurance bari mu buɗe calculator ɗin nan, then we'll try some things out. Let me just check ko muna da factorial a nan wajen. Yau ga na factorial. Alright, bari mu gwada 4 factorial mu gani. Wannan ansan da ya bayar 24. That means in an ce 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 zai bamu 24 ne, tunda duk suna bayan 4 ne. Alright, let me clear this and let's try it. 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 equals to 24. That's just it. Yana neman factorial na 5 ne sai a ce times 5. And 120 shine factorial na 5. Kuma yanzu na yi clearing sai na zo na ce to okay, 5 factorial 120, to that's just it. Nambobin da ke bayan kafin wannan number su ake multiplying sai bada factorial na wannan number ɗin. But including number itself. Ana neman factorial na 10 ne za a ce 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 times 5 times 6 times 7 times 8 times 9 times 10 sai ba factorial na 10. Ana neman factorial na 6 ne, 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 times 5 times 6 shine factorial na 6, abin da ya bayar an gama na multiplication ne. So za a ce ana so mu haɗa program wanda in mun bada in user ya saka number zai bamu factorial na wannan number ɗin nan. That's just it. So I know in your mind you know what it should be. Dole za mu yi amfani da loop ne. So first of all I will just say what intro user what number, tunda shi zai output number, then I will just say what cout enter a number to get its factorial. Ina ga haka yayi. Alright, then I will just say what user number. Sai in karɓi number da user ya saka. Misali kenan ko. Then over here I just have what my own loop. So a nan wajen dama ake so a yi testing understanding na mutum saboda duk mun yi amfani da wannan abu. So factorial na farawa daga nawa ne? Daga 1 ne. Banda 0 a ciki saboda duk kai multiplication ka saka 0 komai zai koma 0 ne. So we have to start counting from what? From 1. For entire equals to what? 1. I is less than. Muna so I yi looping through. So wannan user number ɗin including wannan number kanta muke so mu multiply, kar ku manta. In 1 to 4 ne 1 times 2 times 3 times 4, so dole za mu saka less than or equals to, ka saka daidai da wannan number ɗin. Then we can just say what? I plus plus. Alright, over here we can just say okay, there's one more thing. Ya kamata duk number da muka yi multiply muna so mu dinga saving nashi a cikin wani variable. It can be any variable, so I'll create my own variable and I'll call it what? Factorial. Okay, and maybe I will assign it to 1. Yeah, so that's a null value. That's one nullity din. Alright, over here I can just say what? Factorial equals to what? Factorial times I. Then at the end of the day, I can just say cout the factorial of another space. The factorial of what? Wannan user number da ya saka is what? sai mu masa factorial din nan. Bari mu sa shi da ENDL. Haka sai ya fi. Alright, bari in running nashi in yayi dai I will explain this program. Oh, ya bada error? So ban san daga ina ne error ya fara ba. Me yake cewa? Operand types are STD basic operation. See out the factorial of okay, nan na yi mistake. Haka ya kamata. Alright, then I will just hit what? Run. Alright, enter a number to get its factorial. Zan saka I sha 24. Kuma abin da muka gama calculating na kenan da calculator nan. That factorial of 4 is what? 24. Ina ga mun gwada na 5 ya bamu 120. If I could recall, bari in saka 5. I sha bamu 120. The factorial of 5 is 120. So I'm sure you have understood this program. Bari in ƙara explain wannan part din saboda it's like the most confusing part. An ce if factorial equals to 1, ya rike shi a 1. Tunda muna so mu fara multiplying daga 1 ne. Wannan ID shi da counter variable namu da zai dinga count yana loop ne. Mun gama da wannan number 1 din ya tafi 2 ya tafi 3 har mu je ga wannan 4 din nan. A nan muka saka condition. In har yana ƙasa ko daidai da 4 ya gama ya tsaya. A nan muke incrementing mu ƙara wani number. So nan sai aka ce factorial equals to factorial times 1 times I. Idan da 1 ne to equals to what? 1 times 1 zai bamu nawa? 1. Sai ya saving nata a ciki. In an dawo next loop zai ce what? Factorial equals to factorial times I. I lokaci yana nawa? Tunda an dawo yana 2. 1 times 2 zai bamu 2. Sai ya ƙara komawa me a cikin factorial 2. Sai ce 2 times 3. Tunda 2 na cikin factorial and 3 tana cikin I. Muna third iteration. Zai bamu nawa? 2 times 3 naga zai bamu 6. Ya dawo next one kuma sai ce 6 times 4. 6 times 4 shine zai bamu 24. Shine kawai. So thank you very much. Bari mu duba last question da ke wajen. The last question da ke wajen sai ke cewa write a program that generate a multiplication table like this one below. Yana so I create a multiplication table kamar wannan. So let's do that one so we can move on to the next one. Abin da ya kamata dai kawai. Alright. Wannan tunda multiplication table ne ba buƙatar karɓar wasu abubuwa. Ko in ban manta ba ina ga sama ya rubuta multiplication table. Multiplication table. So wannan da za a multiplication table na za a shi ne gaskiya da nested loop. If I could recall, na taɓa yin multiplication table ba na manta da language ne maybe kamar Java ne. So but the logic is almost the same ko in ce ma the same ne. In kun kula wannan shi multiplication table din nan is based on what? Rows and columns. So we are to create a nested loop. Wanda zai dinga cire mana numbers da ke nan wajen da kuma numbers da ke nan wajen. In kun kula ya fara daga 1 to 12 ne, nan ma ya fara daga 1 to 12. To za mu create loop, outer loop namu wanda shine zai rike maybe shi zai rike columns namu da haka kenan. Sai kuma me ake ce mishi? Sai kuma inner loop namu shine zai rike na row wanda suke tafiya a kwance. Well, now let's try that. Bari mu gwada wannan. So I'll just create my outer loop for intro. Let's say column kenan ko equals to 1. Col is less than or equals to 12. Col plus. So a cikin nan zan ƙara yin wani loop kuma irin shi again. Amma wannan wanda zai rike me na row ne wanda suke tafiya a kwance. So for intro equals to what? 1. Row is less than what? Or equals to 12. Sai mu ce what? Row plus. So a nan wajen sai mu ce cout. Sai mu ce what? Col times row. Ya fara mana multiplying column times row. Amma so bari mu yi running wannan mu ga ya result yake ko ni ban san ya yake ba gaskiya. I don't know how it's going to look. So kun kula is kind of somehow kamar bai arranging nashi ba. Gashi ina ganin 1 2 3 4. So akwai inda ya kamata mu bada line break mu yi breaking. And I'm sure it's over here. Yeah. Should be over here. Saboda idan ya gama na column ɗaya. So idan ya gama na row ɗaya ya yi breaking ya je na row ɗaya. So I'll just say what? ENDL. Abin da ke faruwa kenan. Wannan in ya fara iterating shi wannan first column ɗin nan zai ɗauki number ɗaya ne as 1. Zai kawo wannan 1 ɗin nan wajen. Sai ya ce wannan 1 ɗin wanda ke cikin column ɗin kenan times row. Row zai fara da 1. 1 times 1 zai bamu 1 ne. wannan ba zai dawo baya ba, zai ƙara iterating na wannan row ɗin ne for the second time. And row zai koma nawa 2, zai ce 1 times 2 zai bamu nawa 2. In ya ƙara da zai koma 3, 4, 5, 6 har ya kai 12. So da ya gama executing wannan muna so me yayi breaking. You understand? Yayi breaking sai kuma ya ƙara koma na column. Lokacin kuma column yana nawa? Column yana 2. Lokacin da column ya dawo 2 zai zo shi nan a matsayin 2. Za mu ce what? 2 times 1 zai bamu 2, 2 times 2 har mu zo multiplication level 3, level 4, 5. So mun fi so but at each row ya dinga breaking line yana bada space. So let's try to muga ko abun yayi da muke expecting. Yeah, gashi nan yayi probably. Gashi muna da 1 to 12, nan ma muna da 1 to 12, ga nan 144, 12 times 12 is 144. So but there is a bad way of like displaying it. So abin da ya kamata mu yi a nan shine sai mu bada space kenan. Ina ganin shine zai fi. Sai mu dinga bada space. Saboda kamar sun haɗe hakan nan. Yawwa a Google haka ya ɗan fito. Bari in ƙara space ɗin. Hannun yayi yawa. Why now? Why all of this? Wannan yayi multiplication table. Ga nan 1 to 12 da muke da shi ga kuma 1 to 12. So a taƙaice wannan shine solution na last answer ɗin nan which is this one. Ya ce da multiplication table. Ko da only thing ba mu yi arranging nasu bane but at least mun samu result da ake expecting. So that's just it. So you don't have to care about that. So now let's move on to this one. If you could recall mun yi solving problem ɗin nan a lecture note 1. I'm sure na Elijah Guru. Gashi dai ya biyo mu har nan wajen. Mun yi solving the same problem. But wannan ya ce ai creating JSP graph, a nan kuma ya ce ai creating C++ program. So ina ganin mun cire JSP graph na wannan problem ɗin. So since we have the JSP graph, it should be much more simple for us mu cire shi wannan C++ program ɗin. So bari na duba wannan da muka yi. So if you could recall our first drawing, wannan kenan. If you could recall wannan da muka zana. Alright, mun zana wannan da setting ɗin rate product information, zai reading item, quantity, amount to be paid. Sannan kuma zai calculating gross price, zai reading price and quantity, sai printing net price. So I don't even know how muka yi missing wannan steps ɗin. Yeah, I don't even know how. Well, bari mu koma kan problem so we understand it again. Actually, another guru is a trader at not Rigby City Mall. He attends at least 90 customers per day. Another guru manually makes calculations of good board and change to be refund for every customer. Another guru realized that the process is cognitive intensive for him and time consuming for his customer. So he decided to try a point of sales that accept item to be purchased. Item da za siya. Quantity and amount paid as input. Display customer balance for dispute as output. So shi ne kawai. Za a haɗa wani system ne wanda zai ba da item da za a yi purchasing. Alright, so based on this now bari mu yi solving problem ɗin da kuma based on shi abin da muka yi drawing a cikin sketchpad namu. That is this. So bari mu fara creating program da zai fara reading product information da kuma price na wannan product ɗin nan. Bari na yi clearing wannan ɗina. An ce yana zai accepting item to be purchased, item da za a siya, quality and amount, quantity sorry and amount. So string item to be purchased, then double what? Price. Say quantity. Alright, say int quantity. Alright, akwai kuma abin da zamu ƙara shine amount to be paid, abin da user din zai biya kenan, which is what? Double user amount, abin da shi user din ya saka zai biya. Alright, now over here abin da yake cewa shine the system should accept item, duk ana so ya accept abubuwan as an input ne dukansu. So now just CL enter what? Item, right? Now just say what? Scene item. It's called what? C input. So I'll do the same thing for the other ones, like what? Price. Enter what? Price. Coin item price the coin. So we should be scene price. So then see out enter quantity. Scene quantity. Then the user amount itself should be see out enter user amount. Alright. Then it should be this. Then it should be user amount. Alright, now over here ana so ayi multiplying da non-quantity din sai ba mu change. So now it should be what? We should create a variable called what? Total price equals to, ko kuma in ce gross price kenan ko? Shi ne abin da za mu yi a nan wajen. Calculate gross price. Za mu rage what? Price and quantity sai mu yi multiplying nasu. So bari in kira shi gross price ɗin. Haka ne ko? It should be what? Into gross price equals to item price times what? Times quantity. Idan ya siyi books guda biyu at 50 naira rate, ya tashi total what is 100. So shi ne abin da muke nan wajen. Sai nan za mu type what? Double total. Wannan ma double ya kamata saboda ana samun decimal point. Alright, zai zama in total equals to total abin da shi sorry, nan shi ne irin total abin da zai biya. So a nan muna so mu duba ne ko akwai change ko babu kuma. So customer change, dama an yi creating program ne saboda a dinga duba ko akwai canji. So za mu ce what? Amount da shi customer ya biya, which is what? User amount. Sorry, user amount minus what? Minus wannan gross price ne. So it should be what? We should just see out let me just check the note. So you have to display customer balance or deficit as output. Sorry. You should just display the balance, right? It should be something like this. Gross price. Or total price now. I know kuma sai mu saka ma change ne ma customer change. Alright, now let me just try to run this. Like, why am I making this mistake? Less than, then why is error? Okay, but so enter item, maybe ba saka books na suna kowane guda ɗaya let's say okay 500 ne. Enter quantity ina son sai guda shi 15 kenan. So zan saka user amount, maybe na ba da 2000 ne, maybe duk guda ɗaya guda biyu kenan. So gashi nan price ina na littafin 15 ne, canji na 500 ne. So ina ga wannan shi ne kawai a taƙaice program da ake so a create, and here it is. So I guess that's all for this program. So now let's get back to the lecture. So ina ga this should be the last slide, sai kuma wannan slide da akwai YouTube video na shi in kuna so kalla. I'm sure akwai other slides ma, so akwai YouTube tutorial for each slide if you want to watch it. Alright, we are here in lecture number 3, and let's talk about it. Final thought on structured program. That's the first objectives. Structured program and a real problem, a project, implementation tool, and an exercise. Alright, these are the final thought the lecturer had on this course. Software design and development method. It enforces discipline. Software design and development method. So, like I should explain this, right? Yayin ba da dama a yi design na software, yanzu ko irin simple software da muka yi is based on structured program da kuma shi JSP da muke da shi muka design wannan software. Ya ba mu sauƙin yadda za mu bi mu implement na shi using C++ program language. It enforces discipline, requirement of a detailed design and logic structure of a software. And again, kuma yana bada like the flow of a software, like how it should work, zai bada structure da take function da sauransu. Da kuma duk wani abu da ake buƙata, input ko na output ko kuma wani logical reasoning. Yanzu kamar da muka yi creating previously, the last one na shi Elite Guru, mun ga input da muke buƙata, items, quantity da sauransu, da kuma output. So kuma mun ga logic da ya kamata mu creating har a samu canji da sauransu. So that's just it. So advantages: software programs are easier to understand. Yes, of course, they're very easier. They're very simple like to understand. Less likely to contain error, can be easily spotted, and if they do, higher productivity during implementation. In improving software design da kuma maintenance, kaga software will be much more simpler. So all of this is just ingenious, and you know I don't like ingenious. So now what ya kawo wani final thought on structured program and a real problem. One, this is just a real world problem, but boy, to be honest, this is not a JSP graph. You can create your own structure of like a problem or a solution to your own need. In as much as possible, you are going to understand. In the lack of interest, you can create it in any way. So wannan Google kamar yana da model guda uku ne, is a pharmacy shop. Akwai model guda uku, akwai medicine, akwai inventory, akwai user. Inda user muna da irin su da aka yi adding user, ka yi editing user, kuma ka yi changing privilege. Maybe user yana iya editing, deleting, ka ba shi kamar access level. Shi wannan user wai admin ko employee ne, cashier ne ko kuma understand is a customer. So na inventory kuma muna da supplies, abin da aka kawo kenan ko. I'm not good with this economics, so I don't even know what that means. Akwai stock kuma kayan da ake da shi, akwai kuma sales, kamar irin inventory kenan, abubuwan da ke cikin inventory mun san menene a sales, transactions haka. Wannan medicine kuma muna da again another modules, akwai unit, akwai drug, akwai wasu abubuwa dai hakan nan, suppliers. So wannan this is just like a pharmacy problem wanda an yi rarraba shi, kuka da aka raba shi into different modules. Muna da fannin user, muna da fannin inventory, muna da fannin kuma medicine, magungunan da ake sha. So I breaking this problem down to smaller pieces. Not to be creating problem. So you're creating program that is solving it. That's what they can interact. You're making now work now so very easy and very simple. So this should be another way to solve this. So I'm sure kuma akwai real world project da yi akwai wani kuma ya nuna. So I don't have to say much about it, but you should like just understand. Now the next one is what project dictionary. So wannan project dictionary shine wanda ya mana a class. Gane da yake mutum zai searching a word. Ranar irin wasan da muke da su a nan, wannan kamar like UI ne da zai kasance ne. So wannan UI din ma yana ƙara bada wani structure kuma yana ƙara sauƙaƙa yadda mutum zai creating software nashi. So ga nan da mutum zai adding word kuma da meaning nata, wato ma'anarta, da kuma sentence example, misali da ake sata a sentence. Sai ayi saving nata. In anyi saving zai je cikin local storage, right? So here is a tip. You should know how to like save something to your local storage and how to retrieve it, how to delete a key, what is a key value pair, what is an array, all these kind of things. Object-oriented programming using JavaScript, you should know about them, because I'm sure chapter 1 and 2 is based on C++ and chapter 3 is based on JavaScript. So please, you should know all these basic things in C++ and you should know some basic things in JavaScript. Wannan shi ne JSP graph na dictionary din. This previous dictionary da muka wuce kenan. This one. So an yi breaking nashi into pieces, as you can see. Nan muna da sunan shi wannan problem ne ko kuma wannan solution dictionary. Nan akwai wajen word meaning. Under word meaning, in kai clicking nashi zai bada example da kuma zai return wannan kalma din. Nan kuma idan mutum ya yi searching zai selecting word from the list daga cikin local storage na JavaScript. Kuma dai yana yake dai kawai. Zai duba idan daidai suke da word da kai ka saka da kuma abin da ke ciki. Daidai ne ya return wannan word nan. Sai kuma wannan word meaning. Otherwise kuma idan babu shi a din nashi. Wannan is almost the same way. It's almost the same way. Ko ka gani a scroll bar ka yi clicking ko kuma a gan shi a cikin nan wajen. So that's just it. So implementation techniques, learning about HTML, CSS together with Bootstrap, then JavaScript, the local storage. So I'm finding when technologies wasn't implementing on machine dictionary. So we use HTML, we use CSS, we use JavaScript local storage, and we all know what they are. So I don't think I have to explain everything. HTML is a skeletal. Now the way page that he creating. He creating skeletal level page. So kuma is like for what stylish or what positioning elements. So HTML or like decorating them or like organizing them, yeah. And Bootstrap yana koya din like more what interact not really interactivity. JavaScript shi take make interactivity but shi Bootstrap for attractivity. Yeah, I'm sure about attractivity but yana so akwai ya zama attractive ne. Shi kuma JavaScript for interactivity ya zama akwai actions. Our local storage is just like a mini database in our browser, our local browser we can just store some items, just like cookies. But not doing usually. So building the interface. A cikin wannan GitHub repo din nan ya ce akwai dictionary where you can clone it and what like and work on it. So ya ba da exercise nan wajen yake cewa apply Bootstrap 5 to the code in the link below. Bootstrap with theme, your output should look similar to the interface in Next. Ana so input ya zama something like this. So yana ga abin da zai faru shine I will solve this exercise and that will be the end of this lecture. So let me just highlight this link. Okay, now here it is. I've downloaded the dictionary. Let me just copy it to my desktop and I'll just unzip it. So now this is it. I'll open it inside my code editor. So I'll open it inside my code editor. So when I see Sublime Text, you can use any of them. Go make it a suna kuma dai wannan na cikin su. So now here's the code, here's the HTML, here's the script, which is the JavaScript, and here's what the Bootstrap. So let me open this project. Right, so open in browser. So ga da project din yazo. I'm sure kuma yayi implementing ma abin da yake magana za a yi. So I don't think if there's any exercise for this. Ya ce Bootstrap team ya yi amfani da wannan your output should look similar to this. So yeah, guys, looking. So I don't think we need anything. So I know about it. I know about the JavaScript selector tip. To find HTML element based on the tagging in my class, you should just say document a query selector, then pass the selector name. There's one selector name. You know, something like this. You know, something like this button, opening tag and closing is a selector. So you don't also get selected now you're using JavaScript. You should just say document a query selector button inside double quotes, in between double quotes. So that's just it. If it is by ID, you can just say document, you can just pass the ampersand or hash together with the selector name. Then class name command dot. So we have multiple ways of like selecting HTML and using JavaScript as a selector. Let's go to the next slide. So I guess that was all, and we have like come to the end of this course. That's structured programming for level 3. And thank you very much for like being here with us. So I'm sure we might be wrong during like solving these problems. So I'm sure please if you have like encountered anything that you think we are not doing right, like some exercises that we have solved that are not like correct, like we are wrong. We are not computers actually, so we do make mistakes. So please you should comment or like send us an email or like over our social media platforms and inshallah we'll try and solve it. And you should always check the comment section. You can even comment if we have made something that is very wrong. And we're sure we are going to like edit the video and re-upload it, or we are going to like make the corrections in the video description below. That's on YouTube. So thank you very much for listening and see you later. Bye.